Yes, yes, yes. We are here having a conversation. I absolutely love the opportunity to connect with other business owners to talk about different aspects of life and business and the intersection of the two. Things are changing the way that we show up to market our business. And so I want to have a very quick conversation around how we can use different platforms to market our business in new ways as we finish out 2022. And here's one thing that I really want to put context around is I create these live conversations because I actually want them to be a conversation. As you have questions, nothing lights me up more than the ability to connect with other business owners to grow their business. So I show up live. I want to have these conversations. If and when you have questions, leave them here in the chat. Do not forsake an opportunity for us to connect, to learn, and to grow together. So on that note, I would actually want to dive a little bit into a focused conversation around how you can use Instagram to promote your business. So when we dive into this, there are no right or wrong ways to promote your business. Everybody has a different clientele and a different thing to sell, but there are some strategies that we can leverage. There are some methods that are going to be a little bit more effective than others. So let's talk about 3 things that have been working extraordinarily well on Instagram. 3 ways to promote your business. Number 1, that's to follow up. Number 2 is to engage with your target audience. And number 3 is to become a thought leader. Let's break these down step by step. Number 1, oftentimes, in fact, inside of a coaching session on the Inside of Social Curator, somebody had said, how do I follow up without being pushy? Well, we believe that a well-drafted follow-up message can highlight your interest and your sincerity. When somebody reaches out to you or when somebody reaches out to me and we have a conversation, the follow-up is key. It shows that you remember them, that you remember the conversation, and that you're willing to take the time to follow up. So you could follow up with a prospective lead by sending a direct message. You could follow up with a lead by sending an email. And you could follow up with a lead by sending a free resource. It is very common for somebody said, hey, Jasmine, I'm looking to build my brand. What tip do you have for me in this industry? And I might share a tip, but the follow-up could be jasminestar.com/branding. That's like a free resource that I have out for people. What do I want to do? The follow-up is with strategy to build trust along the way. Number 2, and listen, I know if you've been around the block with me for a while, you're sick and tired of hearing me say, engage with your audience. I totally get it, but it's not for the sake of just engaging. It's not for the sake of, oh, it's just something more to do. Let's go to the deeper level. That when you engage, when you like, when you leave a comment, when you send a message, what you're doing is you're showing the human side of your business. Every business is comprised of humans. And so when you, as a business owner or as a part of a business, reach out to somebody, it shows that you're human. And it enhances how somebody trusts and likes and knows your business. That is the deep and profound way and reason to engage. It's not just, oh, I like your photo, here we go, do. Human connection really drives. So let's get into the how. How can we engage? Well, you can engage by comments, replying to what other people have been saying. It is totally and here for it, like show up as you. Nobody wants anybody to be a vanilla version or a carbon copy of who they think should be. You can totally be yourself. People want people to be genuine. So here's a couple samples of engaging, how I actually will create and draft and connect with people online. So Jada had said, you're the best inspiration for putting yourself out there. Now, here's one thing that I want to put out, that this obviously seems like hashtag humble brag. Like, let me talk about the nice things people are saying. It's actually not. I'm highlighting this one because for putting yourself out there, Jada did not say you're a profound thought leader, you're a great dancer, you're humorous. All she said was, thank you for putting yourself out there. Wow, somebody's just seeing the effort. As a business owner, can you show the effort? Moon Queen Mama says, what social automation tools do you use across platforms? Oh, well, this was a great opportunity by answering a question to insert the business. So she says, what automation tools do you use? And the response was, oh girl, our new app just launched, socialcurator.com/app. So what are we doing? It's a value exchange. It's deep engagement and also a very nice lead in to the business. So Another easy way, y'all, on Instagram, and even on Facebook stories, they have the story features, like the interactive tools. So you can use a slider, you can use a poll, you can answer questions. So we want to make sure, though, that you are engaging on related industry content. So let's just say I'm a hairstylist. And I believe that my dream customer also follows another local makeup artist. If that's the case, I should be following makeup artists and leaving comments on his or her account to create connections between all of us, right? So, a hairstylist, a makeup artist, industry related, that we have a same dream customer. Now we're using strategy to start connecting dream clients. Number 3 is to position yourself as a thought leader. Now, the definition of a thought leader is somebody who's considered an authority in their field. Now, you might not think of yourself as an industry authority. You might not think of yourself as a leader. You might not think of yourself as like cream of the crop, top of the game. That's okay. What I want to focus on is becoming the thing. So you become a thought leader. You become a leader by showcasing your knowledge and experience. You are in the power place to become the thing you currently don't believe you are, if that's where you are. If you're in the process of becoming a thought leader, then I'm going to double down. I'm going to ask you to double down on sharing your knowledge and experience. We become thought leaders by being able to contextualize an experience and share it with others. So you do this by putting your audience front and center. Your audience are the most important. Your followers are the most important. Why? They're already following you and they're paying attention. What can you do for them? When you're putting your content out there, I'm going to encourage you, don't overthink it. Let's keep it very simple and streamlined for efficacy on Instagram. You want to entertain, you want to educate, and you want to empower. Look at your content and ask, does it do one or all 3? Every single post should do one or all 3 of these things. Now, you want to use supporting evidence. Remember, you're a thought leader by sharing. You're going to share your knowledge. You're going to share your experience. Cool. But supporting evidence, AKA stories, they work extraordinarily well. You can be explaining rocket science. You could be explaining hair care. You could be explaining business coaching. And the vast majority of your audience is not going to understand your level of knowledge. Now, you might think, oh, I don't know that much. You know more than the average person. So if you know more about what it is you're selling than your customer, your idea is to share an experience and then break it down by supporting evidence, like stories, like parables, like examples, like testimonials. You could talk about who you used to be, went through a transformation, and that's why you are sharing your knowledge. You can use facts, you can use data, you can do statistics. So I'm going to introduce you to Sherry. She's one of a curator on the inside of Social Curator. And she went through and created a post by using stats to buttress posts. Now, she's a realtor. So she started off the caption by saying, did you know rent control is completely illegal under Washington state law? Did you know? Then she goes into stats. She's positioning herself as a fair and equitable realtor throughout this post by using data and analytics. Now, you can also use social proof. Now, here is Sarah, another social curator using social proof. Thank you, Sarah. The first Reiki session was incredible. I had such a great experience and deep calm. D from California. And then Sarah goes into asking a question. Are you looking for a better night of sleep? So what is she doing? So Sherry and Sarah are positioning themselves as authorities. Number 1, by using data analytics, by using social proof. Now, I understand that in the first, I don't know, we've been talking 7 minutes. You're kind of like, Jasmine, you're coming out, flash fire. I understand this, but there is no reason for us to be overwhelmed. I don't think that you have to create and plan and schedule 30 days of content right now at this very moment. I don't think you need to use data and analytics. What we're doing is we're casting a big vision of the strategy, and then we got to break it down step by step. So instead of being overwhelmed by all the things you should do, how not, or why not try 7 days? Can you just say, okay, I'm going to be strategic. I'm going to be strategic with giving engagement. I'm going to be strategic in sending DMs. I'm going to be strategic for 7 days with the content I'm putting out there. And you don't have to worry about what you need to do exactly, right? Do you have the willingness? The willingness is step one. I am willing to try it. Step two is the action. Let's not worry about step 3 and 4 yet. Are you willing? And are you ready to take the action? Because if that answer is yes, I want to do it with you. I really do. Because what happens is somebody says I'm willing and somebody says I will do. And then the inaction falls after like a day or two. It's like, oh, it was good while it lasted. Michelle used this strategy. And then in 3 days, she created a plan and she got 2 new wedding inquiries and 5 new followers. And this is a matter of 3 days. So all I'm asking you is to do it for 7 days. Let's see what happens in 7 days. I'm going to be teaching a live class. I'm going to be bringing business owners on camera and we are going to be doing content planning. Why? Because there is this massive opportunity for us to use social media, for us to use Instagram, for us to use Facebook, for us to use LinkedIn and a litany of other social platforms with a strategy and a plan. Let's pull a lever that's going to move the marketing in our business for the next end of the year. You can save your seat by going to jasminestar.com/planning. It is going to be a live class. I'm going to be bringing people on camera. You can come on camera. You could raise your hand. You can ask a question. We could do your content planning. It is going to be a blast. Okay, let's dive into some questions. Okay, so let's dive in. And thank you guys for being here. Like people who are here. Thank you. Kathy Kirkland, I still struggle posting stories. I know I should, but I'm not sure what to say. Serena sent me to you. Any tips? Kathy, yes, we got tips. Well, first and foremost, Instagram stories are such a great way for you to practice being comfortable on camera. They disappear in 24 hours. Like, let's release the shackles of perfection. Let's not care what people are going to say because they're going to disappear in 24 hours. Now, on the inside of Social Curator, we provide a gallery of Instagram story templates or story templates. You can use these on Facebook stories. And what we want to do is make sure that we're sharing stories that build the know, like, and trust factor. Like, do I care about a business owner's cup of coffee? Maybe. If the business owner were to say, well, I am, let's just say I'm a business coach. Let's say I'm a business coach. I could post a story of me drinking coffee, which is cool. But if I were to post a story and I'm like, this is how I add turmeric milk and avocado oil. This gets my brain going. And when I start my brain before 9 a.m., it increases my productivity by 10%. I mean, I'm not sure that's true. What I'm just saying is giving an example of how you could share a story that somebody might be like, nobody cares about your coffee. But if you contextualize it for your business, if you're a dog walker and you're posting a story about the coffee you're drinking, you're like, nothing will put a pep in my step like a cup of coffee before I start walking the dogs. Or should I say a pup in my step? Pep, pup. Hey, I'm here with the mom jokes, okay? What I'm saying is we can use stories to contextualize that, yeah, it might seem like a banal thing to share about your day, but when you're actually using it to talk about your business, there's a strategy behind it. Now, all of the social media, all of the Social Curator social story sets, they're customizable in Canva. And this is what we teach people to do. Talk about your business without selling your business. Harriet asked, Instagram is not playing nice currently. I would really love to use Reels, but I don't have that option. Any advice? Harriet, don't worry. There are a lot of countries that don't have access to Reels. So I would not hold yourself accountable. It is out of your control. If you do not have what is in your control, let's push it out. Because what happens is you're putting all of your focus and your energy on what you don't have. So you're going to be dwelling in a space of lack and want instead of dwelling in creativity. You are going to have to be creative to show up on Instagram in a different way. Why? You don't have a feature like Reels. So if you don't have Reels, do not hold yourself angry, hostage, upset. Oh, I can't believe it. Instagram wants you to have Reels, but perhaps it is not permitted in the country in which you reside. If it is out of your control, release the energy and start focusing on creating something else. Stories, going live, video, photo posts. Jackie Hughes, Hi, I'm a hairstylist and I've always had a hard time putting captions to my photos. I feel like I lack of creativity when it comes to that. Jackie, girl, sign up for my class, jasminestar.com/planning. It's a free class. I want you to come on and I will literally walk you through how to create a caption in less than 5 minutes. I will walk you through the exact methodology of what makes a good caption good. There is an art and a science to writing captions. What if I told you, Jackie, at the end of this class, you will not run out of things to say? Follow this system, follow this program that I have seen work for tens of thousands of business owners. It works. Jackie, jasminestar.com/planning. Come on, girl. Come on. I'll see you there. Okay. This question. Oh, we're coming out with the big guns. How do I stop myself from comparing my business to other businesses on Instagram? How do I stop myself from comparing? I've recently heard that the average person thinks 70,000 thoughts a day, 70,000 thoughts a day. And 95% of the thoughts that you think and 95% of the thoughts that I think are the exact same thoughts we thought yesterday. They're identical. I don't have enough time. I'm not where I need to be. I'm at a disadvantage. That person has more. That person is younger. That person is older. That person is richer. That person is fancier. They have cuter kids. They have a nicer car. They have a smaller waist. They have a better zip code. They went to better schools. They got qualified for loans. They got investments. They got a rich daddy. We can come up with all of those thoughts. And on a subconscious level, we think the same thing again and again. And it is our pattern of thinking that is keeping us stuck. It is thinking the same thought on a subconscious level again and again that's keeping you stuck. And so it is an active muscle. If you said, Jasmine, I want to get a six-pack. I'm not into fitness, but I would probably say, well, great. Let's start making some homemade food. Let's watch our calories and let's do some sit-ups. And if you really wanted a six-pack and you shifted to meal planning, to making your own food and working out, there's a good chance you'd be on the path to your six-pack. But if I said that's what you have to do and you're like, you know what, I really like my Cheetos and my Coke. Can I get a six-pack with drinking Coke and Cheetos? It's possible, maybe not likely. And so when our thoughts are in the mode of comparison, the only option you have is you're going to say, I'm going to flex the muscle of stopping the thought. I'm going to flex the muscle of stopping the thought. So if you struggle with comparison and you're scrolling through Instagram, or you're scrolling through Facebook, or you're scrolling through YouTube, and what is triggered in you is that person is doing something you're not. That person is doing something you're not. That person has something you don't have. That person is doing something you are not. That's comparison. And so the minute you see it, you must say, I'm going to flex the muscle. I'm going to say, stop the thought. I'm going to say, stop the thought. I'm going to say, I need to mute this account for me right now. Why? Because what we're doing is every time we look at something that's triggering us to compare, we're taking a swig of Coke and we're eating Cheetos, being like, why am I not getting results? Because we're eating the poison that's making us sick. So if we are going to be comparing, what we need to do is say, stop the thought. But first we need to identify the thought. This person clearly identified, I am comparing. If I am comparing, every time I look at something or somebody that has something I don't have or is at a place that I am not, I'm gonna say, oh, I'm comparing. Acknowledge the thought. Then you become in control of the thought. I'm comparing, you're in control of the thought, and then you say, stop the thought. Stop the thought. Stop the thought. There are things that are outside of my control that I cannot. I wish I had more money to invest in my business. Now, I could say, I don't have enough money to invest in my business. I'm comparing, or I could say, I'm actively looking for ways to fund my business. Different thought. Acknowledge the thought, get in control of the thought, change the thought. Acknowledge the thought, get in control of the thought, change the thought. The only way you get past comparison is if you acknowledge you are doing it and then choosing to stop eating the Cheetos, AKA choosing to stop dwelling. Now, the idea that we're focusing here on is on comparison, business comparison, but we also have business hate. Ooh, pew, 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 coming out blazing. There's business hate. We look at other people and we're like, I can't believe she got that. I can't believe he's working with them. That's hate. And what we do is we block ourselves from the very thing we want. Because you know what like that side angle hate is? You know, like, I can't believe, can you believe? That's a block. That is a block of stopping the very thing you want. Because when you say, I can't believe he's working with them, I can't believe she got that client, you want that. You want what they have. And that is envy, and that's side angle hate. I can't believe that. You want it. But by you saying, I can't believe that she has that or he's done that, you block yourself from receiving the very thing you want. You have to celebrate other people's success because it's proving what is possible for you. Every time I see somebody write a book, I'm like, hell yes, good for you. I'm going to clap you up. Get on the New York Times bestseller. When I see, specifically, when I see a woman on a New York Times bestseller, good for you. There's such little representation there. When I see a woman of color, good for you. Chances are, statistically speaking, it was harder for her to get there. I'm going to celebrate that. Why? Because in celebration, I am beckoning that as an opportunity for myself. Do I want to write a book? Not right now. Do I want to write a book that ends up on New York Times bestseller? I don't know. But here's the thing. I'm going to open myself to all possibilities. When I see somebody run a marathon, I'm like, good for you. When I see somebody land a collaboration with a big brand, a small business with a big brand that looks amazing, you want to know what I say? Good for you. Why? I want a piece of that. But if I can't celebrate it, it will never come my way. I celebrate all things. I'm opening up all channels. I'm going to say whatever you did to get there, you put in more reps. Let me just tell you, I read this just yesterday by Alex Hermosi. It was like a tweet. The person who does the most reps wins. The person who does the most reps wins. So when I see somebody working in a collaboration, when I see a very cool article, when I see a New York Times bestseller, when I see a collaboration on a podcast, I'm like, good for you. Good for you. Let me do my reps. Let me do my reps. And let me not stop doing the thing I need to beckon the opportunity so I'm ready. I am ready to be a New York Times bestseller. I am ready to do that collaboration. I am ready to have that integration. I am ready for this acquisition. I am ready for investments. I'm just putting it all out there. And until it comes my way, until I'm ready for it, I'm going to clap everybody else up. So when we find ourselves comparing, when we find ourselves with that side eye, hey, can you believe? When we find ourselves with that entrepreneurial envy, stop the thought, control the thought, change the thought. Like always, friends, it is an honor. It is a privilege. If you want to go deep, it's a free class. Like, this is what we do. I literally live for this stuff. I get to come out here and create this video and it's like 15, 20 minutes. I want to go deep in a class. We're going to be doing 30 minutes of frameworking and like digging deep. And then you have the plan, go and deploy against the plan. And then we're going to do another 30 minutes if you would like to stay on with Q&A coming on camera. It's going to be a workshop, like work, W-E-R-K, shop. All right, jasminestar.com/planning. I will see y'all there. Take care. Blessings. Bye, y'all.